They don't teach you this in school, not in business class, not even in most finance books. But for generations, Jewish communities have quietly followed money rules that don't just build wealth, they protect it. Rules forged through exile, persecution, and rebuilding from nothing, again and again. And somehow, they come out thriving. Today, we're breaking down 7 of those rules. Not theories, not hacks. Systems, habits, mindsets. If you apply them, you won't just stop being broke. You'll build wealth that lasts. Let's get into it. Rule 1. Money is a skill, not just a resource. Most people think you either have money or you don't. But in Jewish tradition, money is something you learn to manage just like math, writing, or cooking. That's why Jewish parents teach kids about money early, not by lecturing, but by giving them real money to handle. Take the 5-jar method. Every time a child gets $10, they divide it into 5 categories. Tithe 10%, charity 10%, investment 20%, savings 10%, and spending 50%. That means from the time they're 6 or 7, they're already learning how to budget, save, invest, give, and spend. Rachel, a mother of 3 in Florida, started this method with her kids using labeled mason jars. Her 9-year-old daughter now regularly donates to a local animal shelter, saves part of her allowance, and even invested in colored beads and string to make custom bracelets she sells at school. After 3 months, she had saved $72 and donated $15, and she's proud of both. Now think about the average 18-year-old today. They know how to spend. That's it. Money isn't just something you earn, it's something you train for. Rule 2. Never let money sit idle. Jewish financial wisdom says money must work. If it's just sitting, it's wasting away. That's why investments are a duty, not just an option. According to the Talmud, wealth should be split into 3 parts. 1/3 in land, real estate, 1/3 in business, and 1/3 in cash. Modern version, real estate, stocks, and savings. This prevents risk. If one area crashes, the others keep you afloat. It also forces action. Inactivity is the enemy of wealth. Your savings account won't grow your net worth, but a diversified portfolio might. Take Jonathan, a 27-year-old marketing professional. He used to keep all his money in a checking account, just in case. But after attending a financial literacy workshop, he moved $3,000 into a low-cost index fund and used another $1,000 to partner in a small local food truck his friend was launching. Within a year, his $1,000 investment returned $1,400, and his index fund grew by 11%, far more than his savings account ever would. Start with index funds. Buy property if you can. Support a local business. Even $100 in the right place is better than $1,000 collecting dust. Rule 3. Debt is a spiritual trap. Proverbs says, "The borrower is slave to the lender." That's not just poetry, it's economic truth. In Jewish law, charging interest to other Jews was once forbidden, not because profit is bad, but because debt was considered harmful to the soul. Today, debt is marketed as freedom. Credit cards, car loans, student debt. But what it really does, it steals your future. Jewish families often avoid debt entirely, buying used cars, saving for purchases, and delaying gratification. Take Aaron, for example. He was drowning in $18,000 of credit card debt before he decided to go cash only for 6 months. He sold his second car, picked up a weekend delivery job, and used the avalanche method to pay down his highest interest cards first. In 14 months, he was debt-free and said the mental clarity he gained was worth more than the money itself. If you're already in debt, the rule is simple. Get out. Start with high-interest debt first. Use the avalanche method and stop adding to the pile, because freedom isn't just about having money, it's about not owing it. Rule 4. Teach generosity before wealth. This one might surprise you. In most cultures, you only give once you have enough. But in Jewish tradition, generosity comes first. Even poor families are expected to give, not because of obligation, but because giving builds community. It's called tzedakah, charity, as justice, not pity. The idea is this: when you give regularly, you become part of a network, and that network supports you when you fall. Take Levi and Miriam, a newly married couple living on a modest income in Brooklyn. Even when they were saving every penny for a down payment, they still set aside $10 every week for a local food pantry. That small act of giving connected them to others in the community. And when Miriam lost her job during the pandemic, their synagogue helped cover rent for 2 months until she was back on her feet. It's not just moral, it's practical. Want to build a financial safety net? Start giving. Even if it's $5 a week, it creates a habit of abundance. And that habit changes everything. Rule 5. Your network is your net worth. In Jewish communities, when someone opens a business, the whole neighborhood supports it. Not because they're family, but because they believe in circulating wealth within the community. This mindset isn't just about buying local. It's about building a self-sustaining ecosystem where every dollar spent becomes a seed for someone else's success. Imagine this. Sarah opens a kosher bakery in her neighborhood. Within days, locals from the synagogue place bulk orders for weekly Shabbat dinners. A nearby Jewish-owned grocery store starts selling her challah, and a cousin of a friend helps her set up a website. This isn't luck, it's culture. This kind of support doesn't just help Sarah survive, it helps her scale. Want to never be broke again? Build a circle of people who grow together. Find 5 people in your life, friends, co-workers, online connections, and start supporting each other intentionally. Share resources, celebrate wins, refer business, teach each other skills, support each other, promote each other, teach each other. Wealth isn't built in isolation. It's built in circles. When you rise together, the floor becomes the ceiling. Rule 6. Think in generations, not paychecks. Here's what most Americans do. Budget month to month. But Jewish families plan in decades. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this now?" they ask, "Will this decision benefit my grandkids?" That changes everything. It's the reason many Jewish families build trusts, buy homes they can pass down, and invest in education early. These aren't just nice-to-haves. They're wealth transfer systems. Take the example of the Rothschild family. One of the key things they mastered was long-term thinking, investing in businesses and property that would last beyond their own lifetime. Many modern Jewish families today still follow that mindset, setting up education funds for children who haven't even been born yet. Even middle-class families might open a 529 college savings plan the moment a child is born, not waiting until high school hits. Or they might purchase a duplex, live in one unit, and rent the other, with the goal of leaving the property to their kids mortgage-free. If you want real wealth, stop thinking about this year's vacation and start thinking about next generation's foundation. Because the best time to build legacy wealth is before you need it. Rule 7. Own something. Anything. Ownership is non-negotiable. In ancient times, that meant land. Today, it can be land, a business, intellectual property, even a digital asset. The specifics have changed, but the principle hasn't. Those who own build power. Those who rent stay dependent. Let's look at 2 real examples. Take Rachel, a freelance designer. For years, she rented an apartment and lived off client work. But one year, instead of upgrading her car, she bought a small condo and rented out 1 room. That income covered 40% of her mortgage. Suddenly, she wasn't just earning money, she was keeping it. Or take Eli, a teacher who started uploading educational resources to Teachers Pay Teachers. At first it was slow, but now his digital products generate monthly passive income even while he sleeps. Workers trade time for money. Owners trade assets for freedom. If you're working a job, that's fine. That job is your engine, but use that income to buy something that grows: a rental property, a dividend-paying stock, an online course you can resell, even a simple vending machine. Because if you don't own assets, you'll always rent your freedom. And freedom, once owned, multiplies fast. Let's recap. Money is a skill. Never let money sit idle. Debt is a trap. Give first. Build your circle. Think in generations. Own assets. These 7 rules have helped Jewish families thrive for centuries. Not just by making money, but by keeping it, growing it, and passing it on. You don't need a trust fund, a finance degree, or a lucky break. You just need the right system and the discipline to follow it. Because wealth isn't random, it's built. Which of these 7 rules are you already following, and which one do you need to work on next? Drop a comment below. If this video helped shift your mindset or gave you tools to level up financially, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more practical wealth wisdom you won't hear in school.